the story about the mall's basement during midnight, as the group of friends, Ahmad, Omer, Hafiz, and Sarah, exited the cinema after watching a spine-chilling horror movie around 11:45 p.m. A sense of unease lingered in the air, had left them on edge, and now they found themselves navigating the dimly lit parking basement of the Gadong Mall in Brunei. Their laughter and banter subsided as they approached their car, parked at the far end of the basement. The flickering fluorescent lights cast eerie shadows on the concrete walls, adding to the building tension. It was nearly midnight, and the basement was eerily quiet, save for the faint sound of their footsteps echoing through the empty space. As they reached the corner where their car was parked, they suddenly heard an unsettling noise emanating from the shadows. It was a strange, low groaning sound, accompanied by an occasional rattling noise that sent chills down their spines. Ahmad, the bravest of the group, cautiously peered into the darkness, his heart pounding in his chest. "Did you all hear that?" he whispered, his voice barely audible. The others nodded, their eyes wide with fear. Omer, known for his skepticism, tried to rationalize the noise. "Maybe it's just a faulty pipe or some mechanical issue," he suggested, though his trembling voice betrayed his uncertainty. Hafiz, the group's joker, let out a nervous chuckle. "Come on, guys. It's probably just a prankster messing around," he said, trying to lighten the tense atmosphere. But even his attempt at humor couldn't mask the unease that had settled upon them. Sarah, usually the most composed of the group, felt a shiver crawl up her spine. Something about the noise felt different, unsettling. She couldn't shake off the feeling that they were being watched, that an unseen presence lurked in the shadows. With their hearts pounding, the friends mustered the courage to investigate further. They slowly approached the corner from where the mysterious sounds emanated. As they drew closer, the noise grew louder, more distinct. As they rounded the corner, their eyes widened in terror. In the dim light, they saw an old, dilapidated wheelchair rocking back and forth, seemingly moving on its own accord. The groaning noise grew louder, and they realized it was coming from the wheelchair itself. Frozen in fear, they watched as the wheelchair rocked faster and faster, its wheels spinning without anyone pushing it. The rattling sound intensified, as if the wheelchair was possessed by some unseen force. Suddenly, the wheelchair came to an abrupt stop, and the basement fell into an eerie silence. The friends exchanged terrified glances, their hearts pounding in their chests. Before they could make sense of what had just transpired, a chilling gust of wind swept through the basement, extinguishing the flickering lights and plunging them into total darkness. In that moment of darkness and uncertainty, the friends felt a presence surround them, a haunting presence that seemed to whisper in their ears. Panic consumed them as they fumbled to find their way back to the safety of their car. As they finally reached their vehicle and hastily piled inside, the engine roared to life, and they sped away from the basement, leaving behind the haunting memory of the inexplicable phenomenon they had just encountered. To this day, Ahmad, Omer, Hafiz, and Sarah remain haunted by the ghostly encounter in the Gadong Mall basement, a chilling reminder that sometimes the supernatural world intersects with our own, leaving us with more questions than answers. Thank you for listening to our first story about Brunei Ghost Story. Please subscribe for more contents every week. If you enjoy this story, please share it to your friends and family, and ask them to beware at the mall basement during midnight.